those gloves and like the wrist things so that you can like
Yeah.
capture your falcon. Alexa, turn on white light.
Turn on the bright light.
Alexa,
Hey,
turn on white
Sherman.
light.
These guys so big. Look how big this turkey is. Okay, we gotta say real quick, so it's at the beginning. Ditch Dairy. It is almost June. There's a $500 prize. If you sign up, you can be entered to win. So sign up at ditchdairyforjenna.com. That's it.
And we desperately need donations
Oh
because
yeah,
we've been
we've not
focused.
been fundraising.
We have been focused on getting people to ditch dairy, and so we have not focused on fundraising. So we desperately need fundraising, especially since we've added, at this point, 5 new family members that we currently have here. So we've that's like a huge increase in the number.
Don't poke my eyeball.
Nope, just gonna poke your eyeball.
He's in a weird eyeball poking phase.
It's kind of been there though.
Shiny things. He's still in it. I thought maybe we were outgrowing it, but the recent attempts on my eyeball have led me to believe otherwise. All right, come up on. Usually he likes to perch on my head. Come up on my head, dude. Okay, if you don't want to be a head turkey, that's fine. I'm gonna put my
Cindy
arm
Smith
down.
said he's looking good and of course adorable.
He's so big, isn't he big?
He really has gotten big.
Don't peck my eyeball, you fool.
I do want to add.
I'm gonna peck you back. I'm gonna peck you back.
Hey,
Peck
EBB. Yeah, I want to say that
we don't peck faces, sir.
my wife is especially adorable in her overalls today.
Why you gotta do that, huh? Why you gotta be a face pecking turkey? Why? Oh, thank you. Sorry, I heard what you said, but I was focused on this man who's trying to eat my face. Everyone says it's the pigs who are gonna get you.
Oh no, it's the lamb and the turkey.
The lamb and the turkey are the ones that most want to eat me. You gonna come up?
He's talkative.
Look at that face though, like he's developed such like his beautiful eyes and like strong facial expression and like everywhere except for his head, which I mean I guess it's gonna be bald, but he's grown like all his like real feathers in. Like he's not even 4 weeks old yet. Is he 4 weeks? Maybe he is.
I don't know. Have to.
No, I guess he is 4 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a 4 month. I mean a month, 4 weeks.
Old. We still are learning not to peck eyeballs though. So.
I don't know. Is he learning or is he just abandoning the effort to learn?
Oh, he's well versed in the attempt at least. I don't know that he's not. Well, I don't know that he's made contact with my eyeball, but he has
tried.
His attempt and his aim is precise. Don't look at me like that, dude. He's like stalking my eyeballs. Stop it. He loves shiny things. Give him something shiny. Look at all those cameras. You normally love cameras. Nope.
He's got.
Okay, you can go up on my head. Okay, I'm gonna allow you to.
He's got no interest in that. There's no eyeballs.
Oh, there we go.
There's no eyeballs to be gotten.
He usually loves camera time. He loves screen time. If we had the cameras turned around, then he would be all about it. But you okay, buddy? You seem kind of just chilling, just wanting to peck eyeballs.
But yeah, so definitely please consider donating. You can also go to lifewithpigs.com and sponsor this little boy. He does not have a sponsor yet, does he?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
They're super busy though. Have you been looking?
I have not.
Okay.
But we're just going to say he does not have a sponsor yet. And if you sponsored him, then we will see that soon. But as far as we know, Sherman has no sponsors. Poor little guy. Look at him. He's devastated. Somebody should be his sponsor. Oops.
I want to be a sponsor. Gosh. Can't do that.
Oh, EBV said,
Elizabeth?
yeah. Elizabeth says, does Sherman hang out with the other turkeys yet?
Yes. So he was actually out there today hanging with his siblings. And it's kind of funny because like he obviously doesn't look like the others. And he's a little bigger. So he's definitely in charge. And They get along really well. He spends a little bit of time making sure they know that he's like the boss. So, which they all seem to like have. They just accepted that. So, the one we suspect, we actually named them. Should we announce that?
Oh yeah.
The one that we suspect is a girl, and him have kind of become close, and she doesn't mind that he occasionally pecks her head.
Yeah, he is definitely the General Sherman of the
Yeah.
bunch.
He's in charge.
How much is Sherman's sponsorship?
25, I believe.
25 a month.
Yeah. I think turkeys and geese are 25. Yeah, huckleberries, 30. I think I could be off by like $5. If I'm off, it's just like $5. So hopefully it'll deter.
And you're a liar then.
Well, it's only a lie if you're.
Oh, you're just so cute in those overalls. Like I have some
You
serious,
love
I have some
overalls,
serious
yeah.
cute aggression
Is that why
right
you put
now.
them out like where my pants normally go?
No, I just was busy redoing the floor in the bedroom,
Right,
and
yeah. So I was like, oh, I should wear these.
and so I just probably accidentally knocked them away from where they were.
Sherman did the cutest thing today. I know I told you, but I gotta tell everyone else. That's like a cut on my arm, you monster. You're a monster.
He's just checking it out for you, making sure it's healthy.
He's gonna like help get off like the dead skin. What is with you? He did the cutest thing earlier today. So we did playtime with everyone, and I could tell like they all had kind of like the baby turkey version of the zoomies, where they kind of just like flutter around each other in circles and like just play around. And I could tell he was like starting to get like sleepy, or his eyes were kind of like closing, and so we wrapped up, and then I brought, he stayed with his siblings for a little bit, but he seemed like he was getting a little like they were kind of wanting to go to sleep, and he just seemed like he was like overtired, so I took him out, and he was walking on the ground. Oh yeah, get the keys. And then he jumped up on my lap, and I was sitting on a stool, and then he just tucked his head like under my arm, and it was his way of being like, okay mom, I'm ready for a nap, because the way he naps is under like one of our arms, or like under our shirt, because that's where a turkey mom would hold him under her wing to warm him. Don't fly away, Sherman. To warm him, and like where he would sleep. And so he just was like, all right mom, I need a nap, and it was like so cute. So then I just put him under my shirt, under my arm, and I went to do some computer work, and he just slept after his busy day. So it was very cute to know like I'm still his safe space.
Mm-hmm.
Should we talk about the puffalumps at all?
Did we say their names?
Yeah, but I mean like the bad news.
Yeah.
No one died. Everyone's fine. Like it's not like that kind of bad news. But we did name them. So we've got Louisa. We've got Charlie. And so Louisa we think is a girl. And at this point it's just guessing based on clues.
And so is it our nomen? Oh God, our nomenclature? I don't know.
Yeah.
The
you
way
want to tell them and I'll,
the way we name our turkeys is based on like the one criteria that we definitively have used is that they were abolitionists. So they fought against slavery in some form. So Louisa has like two like reasons for it. So there's Louisa Mayalka, is that the one?
She's
So she was an abolitionist, and then
and a vegetarian.
and a vegetarian. And John Quincy Adams' wife was Louisa, and she got into abolition while John Quincy Adams.
But it's just the one that's a vegetarian. What? Eat a turkey.
I agree, but John Quincy Adams' wife and him were both abolitionists, so I'm just saying John Quincy Adams was.
I added a more stringent requirement. So
You-
you're naming.
Yes.
Because there were people who did make that connection. All animals, not just humans and non-poisonous species of them. So, yes. Sorry, I'm gonna be quiet now. You want to watch Sherman getting the keys and like maybe go closer on him rather than.
Your dad is trying to FaceTime you right now.
Oh, okay. Hi, Dad. I'll call him back. You want to zoom in on Sherman? I feel like you're just looking at me, and that's.
I'm getting both of you.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sherman. Okay. Anyway, so we got Louisa.
So yeah, Louisa, who has two reasons, as I stated originally.
But mostly one.
like one may have been more forward thinking than the other, but like
Okay, but what do you think the turkeys care about? What do you think is more important to the turkeys?
like I obviously love people in the past that made the connection, but like
Anyway,
the,
moving on.
like
Charlie.
there's greatness in
So
people in the
there's
past.
in the 3 puffalums. So Sherman, we're almost positive is a boy. I would be shocked if Sherman ended up not being a boy.
Yeah.
Just because he's displayed all the studying behavior and all that. That with the 3 puffalums, we've got one that I think is a girl, one that might be a girl, but I would not be totally surprised if it was a boy, and one that I think is a boy.
Yeah.
So the name for the we're not sure is Charlie, because we thought that could be, either way. And would you like to explain why, Ryan? This is non-vegetarian related.
God.
I looked it up, so he's not known to be. I say vegetarian because back then, like, vegan wasn't really, they didn't, like, separate it, so it was just, like, they basically were vegan if they were considered vegetarian, so. Yeah.
Were they? I don't know if that's true. I think they differentiated back then. I like.
Vegan did not become a word until, like, much later.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know that they didn't eat eggs or drink milk in that.
Louisa and her father didn't.
Yeah,
they went through a weird thing. They didn't even eat root vegetables because they didn't want to hurt the earth. So they were like, I'm pretty sure they didn't do anything.
Yeah, so that may be true of them. But yeah, so Charlie or Charles would be named after, or is named after, Charles Sumner. He was an abolitionist in the Senate back in the 1850s, and he gave the Crime Against Kansas speech in which he pointed out that a lot of Southerners that were slave owners, oops, I might have been missing some comments, a lot of Southerners that were slave owners would actually rape their slaves to create their own slave labor force and then enslave their own children. So he called them out for this, and they did not like that. So one of the nephew of one of the senators decided to beat him over the head with a cane on the floor of Congress until he was unconscious, which of course united the North in thinking, oh my gosh, slavery really is this poison to the people in the South that they are willing to do this. So we think that our political climate is bad, and they used to try to kill each other
Ryan
back
was a
then.
history teacher in a past life, in case you didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
knows all the ins and outs.
I mean, I have
I can see why he's your hero, because you love guys that are like willing to like
get beat over the head with a
get beat
cane.
up to stand up for what's right. Because I mean that's basically you, because that has happened to you.
No.
Or some version of that. So okay, so Charlie, and then Ben is the third one. You want to tell why Ben is the other name we chose?
So like initially we had thought of Benjamin Franklin, but there was also a Benjamin that was an abolitionist and also vegetarian. What was his last name?
Lay.
Sorry, everyone. Benjamin Lay. So he was an abolitionist, and wasn't he a hunchback too, they said? Is that what it said?
I think so, but I don't think that's relevant to
I don't know, it's just interesting. But
He was a Quaker.
But yeah, he was a Quaker, so he's an abolitionist and a vegetarian. But yeah, so.
And he was a strong vegetarian. He was a outspoken, he made the connection between human slavery and animal slavery and thought it was all very bad, as he was an abolitionist for everybody.
So there you go. So now our turkey names include those, as well as Sherman here, who's named after William Tecumseh Sherman, the general in the Civil War, who...
So when we refer to him when he's older, we're just going to be like,
the general.
Hey, have you seen the general?
Yeah.
And I think he's going to love that.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and William Sherman is a controversial figure because his method of...
We don't need to go into...
You don't want to, I feel like everybody wants a history lesson. Let me use my master's degree from
Absolutely.
University of Pennsylvania
Absolutely.
to educate for one moment, you know?
Absolutely. Okay, do you want me to turn it on? You want to sit next to Sherman?
Yeah.
You can,
Yeah.
talk to Sherman about
I don't know. It's like more
his
fun.
namesake. No, but I think you should tell Sherman about why
You wanna
his
hear about
name.
your namesake?
I mean, well, let's give the main reason why it also made sense was because of.
So, like, when it comes to
No,
Sherman.
no, not that.
What?
Me, my name.
Your name. Oh, your last name is Sherman. Yeah. Well,
My
Mallory's
maiden
last
name.
was Sherman.
My maiden name. Thank you for remembering that. Anyway, go ahead.
I liked that your last name was Sherman because of my love of
Yeah.
when it comes to Sherman. Little side note: a lot of Southerners, especially prior to sort of the recent times when people have finally sort of accepted that the Civil War was about slavery and it wasn't about states' rights and stuff like that. Like, he was a very hated figure because his method of warfare was to basically figure out, okay, everyone is so riled up in the South about this war and they're supporting it and they're so into it. What can we do to like make them lose the desire to keep fighting? And so he thought, well, what if we just destroy everything so that they have to go home because their families need them? Because he didn't want to kill people. And like I feel like that's the key thing is like people sort of miss the point that he didn't want to just slaughter human beings, which a lot of other generals that they respect more did.
Someone said the sound is off on Instagram. I think
it's just like hit or miss on that.
Yeah,
for
it's
some
on
people.
our end.
But cause yeah, I mean like they used to call Grant Bloody Grant because he would just throw men into battle because he knew he had more people. But anyway, so Sherman went through the South and he marched from Atlanta to Savannah.
You did, Sherman?
You did, and you burned everything.
No,
he
didn't.
And so it helped bring an end to the Civil War. In addition to that, he also like made a what do they call it? A field order that gave all the slaves 40 acres and a mule, which
I don't appreciate the mule.
President Johnson revoked. So yeah, you did
I don't
that.
appreciate the giving of a mule, though.
I understand. I'm just saying what it was.
Sherman wouldn't do that. Our Sherman wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't. But yeah. So he helped end slavery by doing that. Right? Yeah. So that's how Sherman got his name. And then the ones that we already have, we got Quincy, who's named after John Quincy Adams, who is like my hero. He used to get death threats where the people would sign them with their name and the time and the day that they were going to come and kill him. And it never deterred him. And he used to always try to read petitions about slavery on the floor of the House of Representatives, and they came up with the gag rule saying that he wasn't allowed to read about slavery, that they wouldn't, if anyone brought up the issue of slavery, they would gag them and say, you can't read that. So he kept doing it until they decided to punish him. But when they punished him, he had a chance to defend himself as long as he wanted. So he took his time defending himself to just read all the petitions that he wasn't allowed to read. And they finally just gave up and let him read them. Right? Right. So that's how Quincy got his name. Tia got her name because that's who rescued them.
Yeah, Uncle Quincy's who we're talking about, Sherman.
And then
You're his Padawan.
Before that, we had Harriet, named after Harriet Tubman, and then Freddie, named after Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, of course we had to stick with that. Let's talk about the sad news about Puffalumps. Thank you for giving that history lesson. But yeah, so like I said, no one died, no one's sick, everyone's fine, but
you got such pretty eyes, kiddo.
The great quest and the whole reason why we looked specifically for baby turkeys was to allow Tia to finally get to experience being a mom. As you probably know, Susie was her baby for, about 2 or 3 weeks, who she absolutely fell in love with, who she adopted happily when she was a little poult. Susie passed away, and so we got the 3 Puffalumps, thinking that Tia was going to want to adopt them. There were some efforts made on both ends, and I think signals just kind of not fully received.
missed connections, if you will, and now I think Tia has basically closed that door with them, and decided that, yeah, she's not going to want to mother them. So that sucks. So now we have 4 baby turkeys, and Tia's not mothering any of them.
Although,
And
in a strange turn of events, like, Tia is not promiscuous, shall we say, when it comes to her activities with Quincy.
yeah, I would say she's uninterested in Quincy's
she is
advances.
not one to participate in the extracurricular activities of the play yard out there. Put some more innuendos that we can have. They don't get busy.
Yeah. Through, not for lack of Quincy trying.
Yeah, Quincy is ready to party.
So Freddie, who passed away last year, was his party partner in that regard. Tia is not willing, has not been willing to take on that role.
Yeah.
But
now she suddenly is ready to play the game.
Down to clown.
Down to clown.
All the time, whenever, willing and ready. And he is taking full advantage of that.
Yeah.
So
we're not sure what to make of that, if she's like...
Someone else has no sound on Instagram either.
It's not touching it.
I don't understand.
Like,
I don't know why.
Spinning. You can't just keep spinning. You just keep spinning around and around and around. Yeah, you do. What? Are you trying to figure out why?
That's so weird.
Sound?
Like, okay, if you're on, yeah, that's probably why no one's joining on Instagram.
There's no one on Instagram.
I mean, there's like been like 2 people like consistently. If you can hear us on Instagram, say something, that'd be great. I'm gonna guess not.
Yeah, that's weird.
I blame you in some way. I'm sure it's somehow your fault.
I figured you would. I feel like we should share the great
No one on Instagram can even hear us.
flooring disaster.
No, I'm not ready to talk about
not
that.
Not ready? Okay.
I really wish that we could know why there's no sound, though. Should we turn it off and turn it back on?
You can. You want to try
Facebook can hear. YouTube can hear. Okay, you keep talking.
All right.
Tell stories. I'm going to turn off Instagram.
All right, I'm going to tell stories. There are some other stories that I can share. Totally off topic here, but in the election between John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, the reason that John Adams lost was, until today's sponsor, the reason that John Adams lost was because of slavery, because in the South they got counted representation to get electoral votes based on counting slaves as 3/5 of a person, which is like horrendous that this was part of our Constitution. But and so they got extra representation for people that they didn't count as people when it came to anything else other than getting votes. So it's like insane, right?
Keep talking.
Keep talking. More stories from American history.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just gonna go live on Instagram and hope for the best.
Yeah, you don't want any more of my stories or something?
No, you got great stories, baby. I love your stories. Okay, so here we are again. Hopefully Instagram has...
Yeah, if anyone's joined Instagram and you can hear us,
yeah, let us know.
Let us
it's
know.
Super weird. I don't know why that wasn't going.
What are you
Anyway,
doing?
so I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the baby turkey situation.
Yeah.
If we can. So, yeah, it's really sad. I'm like super bummed about it. I'm like really pretty depressed about it. I don't know what, like, there's nothing to be done. Like, obviously, like,
Yeah,
we can't force her.
Really.
Yeah, and I don't want to like re-trauma. Like, I know she's grieving her baby. Like, she loved her baby desperately.
Well, she saw Sherman today,
And she got a little
We
excited.
weren't really sure if she was like, it was hard to say because he was kind of afraid of her, and like maybe Louisa told him about the big scary Tia.
Oh, she was really nice to the Puffalums when she first met him. So basically, what happened is we were worried that the Puffalums were sick. Elizabeth wants to hear all about the babies, so I'm just going to take that as a free rein to tell her all about the babies because I want to talk about the babies because I'm really like upset about it and it's cathartic for me to like talk about it. So we got them home, and basically the first night they did not seem like they were super healthy. So we waited like, we probably did 5 or 6 days, which is not even very long of a quarantine period. And normally we would have done longer, but we really wanted to get them out to Tia before they got too old, so she would recognize them as being like very young babies. So I don't know if like that was part of it, but like, of course, we'd never want to put anyone out there with the other animals who has an illness that could potentially kill the other animals. So, that's not something we could comfortably do. So I don't know. She seemed very interested in them the first night. Like she was kind of trying to get them to sleep under her wing, and they were like, okay, we don't know.
She wanted to take them under her wing.
She wanted to take them under her wing. The babies like didn't really know what to do, so I think they didn't like respond right. By the next night, it went well. They all slept by her tail. We have a poor connection on Instagram now, so I'm gonna try to. Yeah, so the next night they all. Let's hopefully that helps. So we're like, okay, now this is going somewhere. That's a really nice hat.
It's a noisy hat.
He has a noisy hat. So then she started to get a little agitated in the morning. We had a camera, and she started to get a little pecky, and she seemed kind of irritated at them. And then we tried with just Louisa the next night, and Louisa was like totally wanting to go sleep under Tia's wing. And then by then, Tia was just like over it. Okay, they turned off our live video on Instagram.
They turned it off?
Yeah, it said it ended. They can't connect. It can't connect. So we're just gonna not do Instagram tonight.
Alright, no Instagram.
Yeah, so Tia was just over it. Where'd your turkey go? Oh, there he went.
Turkey,
And then
come here.
we kind of tried again, like the next night, just to see, if she would sleep with Louisa again, and she was like really not having it. So we're like, all right, we're not gonna. Tia's let us know that like, I don't know if maybe she was like giving it kind of a try, and then basically was like, oh, you're not Susie, and I don't know if she's in the like, bargaining phase of grief where she kind of was like, oh, maybe, you know what I mean, and then it like triggered her to have negative feelings or something. I don't know. Yeah, so that's what we thought at first too. Is we thought, okay, maybe it's just too many, so that's why we tried with just the one who was like, we thought was definitely a girl, was probably the calmest.
Went pretty well that night. Like she did let her sleep.
She let her sleep next to her, but then she just was like, she wouldn't really let her. She did sleep under her, for a little bit, but like Tia just didn't really like ever seem fully comfortable with it. So it's so hard because like hindsight, I can look back and be like, oh, well, maybe if we had done this, or maybe if we had started out with just one, or we had just said, screw it, we're going to put them out there, even if we think they might be recovering from. So like, I don't know, but at the time, like, I know we did the best that we could with the information that we had, but I'm just heartbroken. Yeah. Obviously we wanted to rescue turkeys, but now we have 4 baby turkeys, and none of them are Tia's babies now. It's like, and now I think that she's actively trying to get her eggs fertilized so that she can lay them and have more babies. And I don't know that emotionally, like I will deal with that when it happens, but like, yeah, thank you, Elizabeth. It sucks because in a lot of ways I feel like responsible and like, oh, like, I don't know. It's just, yeah, like I know that, like, I'm sure everyone will be fine. It's just like, I really wanted to give, like, the babies have each other, like Sherman has us, like, I just so wanted to give her that experience of being a mom. And it was like, she had it. It was the most beautiful thing. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Like, okay, like Tia, I'm going to try to say this nicely. she's kind of a B. Like, I love Tia. She fights with Rooster. She fights with Quincy. Like, she fights with us. Like, she's just, like, angry all the, like, I swear she's just, like, mad most of the time. You know what I mean? She's just kind of like an angry bird. And, like, Quincy's, like, such an angel. And Tia's just always been like that. And it was, like, seeing this side of her where she was, like, so tender and loving and, like, this baby could bite her face and, like, crawl on her all, you know, like, nothing bothered her. Like, she had no reaction to it. Like, Tia turned into, like, the most gentle, caring mother in the world. And, like, just seeing how much that was, like, her, like, in her element of, like, being a mom just, like, crushes me. Like, and I feel like I gotta get her bait. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. So cause I think that was it too, is like when we gave her Susie, she was actively trying to sit on a nest at that point. And so once she had Susie, then, you know, she stopped trying to nest because she had her baby. And so, so when we brought the puff lumps in, she was kind of coming out of that and, like, not, you know, fully in her ready to hatch a baby. So if she starts laying again, like, I don't know. And I know Ryan is, like, you know, drawn the line on getting more birds. So it's like, I don't know. He really loved Sherman though. Oh, Sherman. So on a positive note, so that's the depressing news. There's really nothing to be done about it. Like, I'm just venting my, like, sadness about how the situation turned out, and, like, feel this massive guilt because, like, I feel like we're supposed to be there happily ever after. And, like, this is all about giving them, like, you know, the life they deserve. And I feel like we weren't able to give that to Tia in the way that we wanted to. And that sucks. Like, she had, like, her dream come true for, like, 2 weeks, which, like, it was beautiful and wonderful. But yeah, no, Elizabeth, thank you. Like, that, like, I know that, but it's, like, nice to hear. Like, she said, you did the best you could, and Susie had a wonderful life. 99% of turkeys don't have that. Yeah, like, Susie did, and she got to have a mom, which, like, you know, most turkeys don't get to have, like, at all. And Susie loved her mom, and Susie even gave me, like, the same dirty looks that Tia did, and it was, like, starting to be, like, adorable, because I was like, this is gonna be, it was, like, gonna be, like, two little, like, grouchy turkeys giving me dirty looks, and it was gonna be, like, beautiful and wonderful. So yeah, so that sucks. But Sherman has been spending some time outside with the other birds to make sure he is well acclimated for when it's time for him to move into the barn, but he is obviously not there yet. He just wants to be cuddled. Yeah, rescue life is definitely intense. Like, it's I think my therapist said something like that. She was like, wow, like, it's like there's a lot of, like, trauma that goes on with, like, what you do that I wouldn't have guessed. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's probably, you know, the case. Oh, you gonna fall asleep, little boy? This is what he does when he gets tired. He just wants to snuggle up and go to sleep.
Are you talking about me or him?
Both of you. Both of you like to snuggle up and go to sleep. Quincy is is super cute. Like, he's very sweet with the babies. He's, like, a little nervous about them and kind of just, like, hovers, like, a distance away. Like, he just like, I don't know what to do with these guys yet. So he's stepping into unclehood. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the gift. I got to cuddle me on TikTok, which is perfect. Yeah, Quincy, I think, is going to be a fabulous, like, uncle / father. You're his Padawan. Quincy does have beautiful feathers, and Sherman does too, and I think they are both together. They're going to be, like, stunning. And it's kind of funny to see, like, Sherman run around with the puffalumps, because he's, like, bigger and, like, pure white pretty much, and they're, like, very, you know, dark, and, like, he stands out quite a bit, and he's, like, you know, their big brother. Oh, sleepy turkey. Oh, he's so cute when he falls asleep.
You fighting that?
I feel like I could just stare at him sleeping like forever and ever. He'll fall asleep in Daddy's arms. This is how we nap. He does. He completely trusts Ryan. Like, it's his safe space. Thank you for the gift on TikTok. I appreciate that so much. Sherman is definitely. Oh, good morning. Make sure you wake up and tell us exactly how you feel.
Yeah. What is that? You look sleepy.
He is. He's like fighting sleep. I know. I love his chirps too. I love his complaint chirps also. Like when he gets like upset about something, or if you move him and he doesn't want to be. He's very expressive and not shy at all about letting us know how he feels. Are you just gonna fall asleep right there, buddy? You are. I don't know if that's the comfiest place. It's so sleepy. All right, well, we'll say one more time. If you've not signed up yet, please go to ditchdairyforjenna.com. It's a 30-day challenge to give up dairy for the month of June in honor of Jenna, who survived, very narrowly survived a dairy farm. And there's an opportunity to win $500 too if you sign up. So that is going to start very soon. We'll give you all the help and resources and support you need to do it. And it's just 30 days. You can give up anything for 30 days and just see, you know, if it's something that you like, if there's some new stuff you can try and see what a huge change you can make for animals like Jenna. So we're super excited that that's starting soon. You also get $10 off a really cool shirt that's got Jenna's face on it. And who doesn't need another shirt with Jenna's face on it?
It's true.
There are never enough shirts with Jenna's face. Yeah. I know, Elizabeth, I'm super excited that you signed up. I love it. I was super happy when I saw that. So yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun. So yeah, thank you so much for doing that, by the way. I know you were like one of the very first ones, I think. So yeah, we're super excited. If you'd like to sponsor Sherman, he is available for sponsorship now, and you can.
Are all the puffin lumps on there?
Oh, I don't know. I probably gotta put them up. I finally got Susie up there, and then had to take her down, and had a nice little cry fest doing that. So that was fun. But yeah, so thank you. Oh, she must find vegan breakfast to take to work. Easy ones. Perfect. So that was on breakfast is one of the things I went through, and I like picked different topics for different like parts. So I will try to remember to put breakfast towards the top of that. I think it might be, but yeah, I think that's a great place to start. So I like the easy vegan breakfasts to bring to work. Remember that, okay?
Got it.
I like easy things. I'm not a big cooker, so I'm gonna lean on my friends and my husband who like to cook to help with recipes, but I like things that are quick and easy. So, yeah.
You like things in prepackaged.
Prepackaged, but I mean we're not
Prepackaged,
getting
ready to
prepackaged. We're gonna do recipes. So.
What are you doing with your head?
Okay, well, thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for listening to me talk about all my sad feelings about the turkey. So we appreciate it. Everyone seems super healthy and good.
Definitely can use donations. You can
We have
donate.
not been fundraising, and we need donations.
You can go to lifeofpigs.com. There's
Yep.
like every which way to donate. I mean, you can like pretty much do any kind of donation. Like you can do blood donations. That's not true.
That's not true. We do not take blood donations.
But just about every other way, you can go there and donate.
It's just like you do a live stream where you just talk about random stuff. Like, you can do history lessons, you know, like, just, you know. We're going to do a carrot drive through soon. We've just been exhausted.
Yeah, we've got like so many carrots in the fridge.
Yeah.
Like I feel like every time I'm like, oh, I think we like order food. I'm like, I think we've done one recently, so I probably need to restock. And then I just keep getting more and more carrots.
What if we said, oh, I guess we can't do it tomorrow night. We can do it when we get home. What if we say no matter what, we're going to do a carrot drive through tomorrow night?
Alright, okay. Sounds good. Sherman's so tired though.
Or Wednesday? Wednesday night?
Let's aim for Wednesday night.
I don't know, because the carrots will go bad. We got to do it tomorrow night, no matter what. We just got to do it. We got to do it. We're doing a carrot drive through tomorrow. I'm going to tell Jenna. That way it is on the books, because Jenna will not let you forget. So join us tomorrow night for a carrot drive through. We're not sure quite what time, but at some point tomorrow night we will be here. So be around if you'd like to see that. Otherwise, we will post it. Sherman here is apparently just going to pass out. Sherman is getting a new little place to sleep now that he's getting a little bit older, and has a little better temperature regulation. He's going to be getting his own little bed until he is going to go outside and sleep with the birds, the big birds in the barn, but he is still a little too young, so he gets to stay inside where he wants to be for now. But he's going to be doing lots of time with them outside and hanging out with everyone during the day and such. So he's so cute.
We want to kidnap you forever.
We do, but yeah, he's gonna get as much socialization as he needs. Hey, Allie, good to see you. Oh, sorry, we were just about to get off, so sorry we kind of missed you there. But we're doing a carrot drive through tomorrow night. We've committed to it. We've sworn a blood oath and written it in stone. So we will be there. So all right, guys, have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
That's like my favorite thing. I saw a stone.